My brothers and sisters, you are now watching the Gamer 2323, so just forget about the chores you're supposed to do. Put your feet up, get your Kool-Aid, fried chicken, popcorn, get whatever you may need! And I hope you enjoy the video.
I'm willing to die for this shit. I done cried for this shit. Might take a life for this shit. I do it for Compton. I'm willing to die for this shit, nigga. I take your fucking life for this shit, nigga.
Oh man, I'ma actually keep these glasses on right now. I've been smoking a little bit of the kush, smoking a little bit of them herbs and that puffing that Rastafari. Okay, so I don't want to take all these glasses. If I do, my eyes gonna be as red as Cyclops out this. Okay, so let me just, suckers, y'all know I'm joking. You know a brother don't sniff the sniff, nor drink the drink, nor smoke the smoke, okay? Don't do none of that, okay? I tried, but it's just my thing. But anyways, man, what is going on, you guys? It's been like a week plus since I uploaded a video. What are you gonna do, you know? What the frick you gonna do about it, you know? Just been busy, you know, just really enjoying, like, and before I hop into this video, I really just been kind of taking a break from it all, you know. I've still been streaming, you know, more so, but something this year, like, really kind of, after a while, stood out to me. And I'm like, I think this junk is a problem. So, you know, but before I hop into that, hope everybody had, you know, happy holidays, a good Christmas, Kwanzaa, whatever it is that you celebrate. I hope everybody had a good, happy holidays, man. What did you suckers end up getting for Christmas or Kwanzaa or whatever, Hanukkah, whatever it is? I'll just show y'all a couple of stuff that I got. Finally got Kendrick Lamar's Damn album. I heard, of course, we heard D and A and Humble and Loyalty. Like, I heard that, but I've yet to listen to this man's full album. So got this for Christmas because I wanted to listen to it. I finally got the last movie of one of the best recent trilogies in recent memory, War of the Planet of the Apes. Got this junk on Blu-ray. If y'all did not see the reboot of the Planet of the Apes, from Rise of the Planet of the Apes to Dawn of the Planet of the Apes to now War of the Planet, one of the best trilogies in my opinion in recent memory. So I got this. Got some clothes that I really don't feel like taking out. So I got some clothes too for Christmas. I got a Best Buy gift card, you know, that I'll be able to, you know, do some shopping when I'm going. So I got a Best Buy gift card. Got some money. Sister got me Call of Duty World War II. It's Call of Duty, man. You know, sometimes I just want to kick back and play with my toes, and I could do that with Call of Duty, you know. So I got this, been streaming a little bit of that. What else did I get? I got a whole bunch of cologne, some socks, man. I honestly, for me, not really asking for much, because if I want something, I just buy it myself these days. For me, not really asking for much, I feel like I felt like I got good gifts this year. Yeah, man, it was really good to just be around family too. 2017, man, 2017. I'll say this because if you guys remember the vid, I think that was the first time, like, 2016 was, at least for me, terrible. 2016 was, Jesus Christ. It was like, how hard can we punch this man in the face over and over again before he breaks down, you know? And 2016 for a lot of people was a tough year. That was definitely probably my toughest year since I've been on this planet that we call Earth, you know? So, but the flip side to that is, I think 2016 was so challenging and such a tough year that mentally it's probably made me stronger than I've ever been, because, you know, stuff that I went through this year, 2016, because of what I went through in 2016, like it didn't affect me as much. So I guess that's the flip side to it. They always say what doesn't kill you make you strong, you know, makes you stronger. And that's kind of how I look at 2016 now. Like, you know, as hard as that year was, like, mentally it made me stronger, and like the way I, approach different situations that came at me this year, like it didn't affect me as much, so and I really think just like in life, like your mental health, the way you think, the way you like look at life, the way like your perspective on life, mentally, like I don't think people realize how much like your mindset affects not only how you look and how you move around in life, but just like the people around you, everything. I'm telling you, bruh. That's kind of how I was starting to look at life this year. Like, man, a lot of this junk is all mental. Like, if you look at this junk in like a certain way, or you don't feel like you could do it, or you feel like you can do it, it can really change like how stuff is. So a big portion of what this year was for me was just trying to stay more positive, because I've always been more pessimistic than optimistic. And after, last year, I was trying to, just become more of a positive person, and sometimes it's hard, because sometimes, the things that put you in that in that negative mindset is your own family members. And it's hard to be living under the same household with someone that that they might not even know at the time, but they're the reason, their whole negative energy is actually affecting you. And if if you got like a whole bunch of family members that you live with doing that to you, it can be hard to stay positive, so sometimes it's the people closest to you that is actually affecting you. It could be in a positive way or a negative way. And so that's really what kind of stood out to me this year. Like, man, like a lot of these people, that you see out here doing big things, it really all starts from from their mindset, like how they're looking at life, everything, just the way they move in life in a positive way compared to a negative way. So yeah, I mean, lately I've been looking at this game that we call life. Like, it's a 90% mental thing, 10% actually putting in the work, because it's crazy, like how once you like have a clear mind and you're just thinking, okay, how can I get to this point, and you're not thinking about what's trying to hold you back or obstacles. Like, I really look at life as more of a mental challenge as opposed to actually doing the work, so at least that's how I've been looking at life as of late, from just stuff I've been looking at, and just how the environment is and how society is and stuff like that. So yeah, I've definitely learned a lot about myself this year. In some areas I've seen growth. In some areas I still see room for improvement. There's stuff, no one's perfect, and there's always stuff that I feel like I could do better, or things that I just want to, stop doing. But, you get caught into these bad habits, and it could be tough to, break it. I was just talking, this was on Christmas Day. I was just talking to my uncle about his whole smoking. He's been smoking pretty much damn near his whole life, and not weed. I'm talking about cigarettes. And I mean, from what I understand, smoking weed is actually better than smoking just normal cigarettes, so I kind of was just talking to him about, hey, like, you had like an accident not too long ago, to where he had to go to the hospital, and it wasn't really just due to to him smoking cigarettes, but that wasn't helping him neither. So after he had that accident, he was not smoking as much, and he's one of those people that he can buy a box of Newports and go through that junk in like a day. That's who he used to be. Like, he used to buy a new box of cigarettes every day. And now he doesn't smoke as much, but he still smokes. But at first he like completely stopped smoking. But when you've been doing something your whole life, it's hard to break that habit. So gradually he started smoking again. I just wanted to put that thought in his head, like, hey, I noticed that you're smoking again, but I wasn't really trying to harp on him, like, I can't believe you're smoking again and stuff like that. It's hard to break habits, so I was just trying to talk to him about that and stuff like that. So, and going back to me, like, there's a lot of habits that, myself and we all have, that we might want to, stop doing or just have more control over, so it's just little things like that I just feel like, at this point, like, I should either not be doing or have way more control over. But, you get stressed out, things aren't going your way in life, and you just have those bad habits, and when it's like that, you just kind of go back to doing that same old stuff. So I know it's hard and stuff like that, but outside of that, I did kind of learn more about myself and who I am, because I'm still very, sometimes I feel like I don't even know, like, who I am, and especially, well, really at the early point of this year, like, going to, like, YouTube and Twitch and stuff, I kind of felt like I kind of lost, like, what I was trying to do. I didn't really have a direction of what I was trying to do, and I just, like, remembered how back in the day when I was doing YouTube, it was just so easy to just sit in front of the camera and make a video or just do content, whatever. And I'm just like, and I even feel like I don't enjoy doing YouTube as much. I still enjoy doing it, and I've been doing this junk for, like, since 2009. Like, it's such a big part of my life now, but it's harder for me to, like, sit in front of the camera and actually have enthusiasm and passion for what I'm talking about. And back in the day, it was just like, bam, sit in front of the camera and just immediately I'm just hyped. And now it's like, I kind of gotta, like, push myself. I do way more takes now, because sometimes I'm just like, do way more takes now. So I'm like, man, like, what is going on? And there were a lot of points this year to where I didn't really know what direction I wanted to take my channel in. So I think that's a big reason of why, I mean, not the only reason, because I'll get into that later, but I felt, as a content creator, I felt kind of lost this year, because, that's another thing I need to get into. But I felt lost this year as far as, like, providing content to you guys. So that reconnected with some high school friends. I don't really, as far as in real life, I don't actually have a lot of people that I call friends. That word friend is that's a big word, in my opinion. So I'm one of those type of dudes to where society makes me, just the way people are and just how you see on social media, which is why I think social media for a lot of us is a big distraction, and it's a dangerous tool that you can access so easily. But I'm very, like, closed off in real life. Like, I always have a guard up. I don't really trust people. I don't really like being around people. Like, I don't think I mean, to a certain extent, maybe I am antisocial, because I don't really like crowds neither. Like, I'd rather, be around a small crowd of people or be by myself than be at a party or be what, like, I don't really like being around people like that, So for me to reconnect with some of my high school friends and talk to them, that was cool. I got more outside of the house more and stuff like that. And these people, I could actually be around and be cool and not have my guard up all the time. And I really think that's really a big reason of why I just feel like I'm not as social as I can be, because, like, people that actually, like, know me, especially like my Twitch viewers at this point, and it's kind of my fault, my Twitch viewers know me way more than my YouTube viewers, and it's crazy because like I used to, and that's what I need to get back to next year. I felt like I had such a bond with my YouTube viewers, but I feel like over time that bond has kind of been, you know, people get busy, people have kids, you know, jobs, whatever. Going to social media, this actually hit me like it was actually this month. It actually hit me this month, and it's not. I mean, it was an issue, but there was something that triggered that, you know, like realization, I guess. So, it was this month, and I was just like, bro, I can't focus. Like, I was trying to come up with some new YouTube vids to do, some new Patreon ideas to do. For all the people that are still supporting me on Patreon, I thank you. It's been rough. And I say it's been rough because now I do three things. Now I kind of have three different audiences, I would say. I got the YouTube crowd, you know, I got the Twitch crowd, and Patreon. You know, it's been 2017 was a very tough year for a lot of creators, YouTubers, if you will. And that's why everybody and their grandmama now, if you go down to their description box, they're like, so I started a Patreon. It's just like, oh, really? You know, damn near every YouTuber that I see, not everybody, of course, but a lot of people started a Patreon this year because of the YouTube ad apocalypse and stuff like that. It's just been a very tough year for creators. And I honestly think this was a big wake-up call because, you know, a lot of people, to some extent, including myself, like, all our cards were just on YouTube. Like, this is going to work. It has to work. It's not going nowhere. This is YouTube. I'm going to make this happen, you know. But wake-up call. Here comes this ad apocalypse. Freaking every time you upload a video, damn near, not even when it's uploaded, when it's still in the process of being uploaded, it gets demonetized. All that demonetization, you know, everything. I just think it was a big wake-up call for a lot of YouTubers. So going back to what I was saying, I was trying to think of some new ideas for YouTube, you know, but more so Patreon, because I've only talked about my Patreon one time on this channel, and that's because I don't want to give the impression like, hey, give me money, please. So I've only actually talked about it on my YouTube channel once. So for me, my Patreon is almost a completely different, separate entity from my channel. No one really knows about it because I've only talked about it once. So I was trying to think of some new ideas for my Patreon to just get people more engaged there. And I just found myself like I couldn't think. I could not think, and like it was such a small issue, and I was trying to put so much time into this junk. It was such a small issue, and I was trying to think about some ideas for that and YouTube and stuff like that, and I just couldn't think. And I'm like, bruh, why is this junk so hard? Like, it literally felt like my mind was like cluttered with just crap. So I'm like, bro, what is the issue? And then I just noticed how often I'm connected to social media. If it's not Twitter, it's YouTube. If it's not YouTube, it's Twitch, you know. And I don't think, at least I've really realized that junk this year. Twitter, especially Twitter. Twitter is one big ass distraction. And I'm like, because when you saw, and I don't even think people realize it because it's such a big part of their daily life now. Like, people always have a phone in their hand. They always on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, whatever. That joke is fun and all, and it's addicting. But when you really think about it, always being connected to social media, that junk is a distraction. It kills productivity. You know, and it almost changes your whole mindset because you're getting all this info so fast. You're hearing all these different opinions and voices so fast. You're seeing all this stuff on your timeline at like a fast pace. And it's just like, your mind is like, you really, and I'm like, bro, why can't I think? Like, I kind of had a panic attack. Like, I started crying. I'm like, bro, why is this junk happening to me? And like, the second I signed off of Twitter, and like I got away from YouTube and Facebook and stuff like that, I'm like, bro, this junk is serious. I'm like, bro, freaking eyes getting watery. I'm like, bro, this junk is social media. Like, I honestly, for the first time, this just happened this month, I had to take a step away from a website that I love, Twitter, dude. It was mainly Twitter. I had to take a step away because I'm like, bruh, this junk is dangerous. I can't think no more. I had to cut the video real quick. I started to break down just for a second, you know, but I just had so much noise in my head and like I just couldn't think. I couldn't think. I just felt like my mind was cluttered. And the second I stopped getting on Twitter and like YouTube every time and stuff like that, and being on Facebook and all that stuff, I felt more like at ease or something like that. I can't really explain it, but only the people that really like kind of I guess went through the same thing. Like, social media, even though that junk is addicting, that junk is a big distraction. When you think about it, even when you're at home and, you know, you guys, I mean, I don't know how many people still have actual dinner with their families and like sit at the table like that to me is like a rare thing. Now, like, let's all sit at the table with each other and eat dinner. Now it's just like, hey, dinner's made. Okay, I'm going to take my plate, go to my room. You're going to go to your room, close the door, you know, stuff like that. But even, you know, you see even family members when they're like out eating or something like that, everybody got the phone in their hand. On Twitter, Facebook, it's such a big part of our daily lives. But when you really look at that junk, is a distraction. And sometimes you can't think as clearly. Sometimes you're not as productive. And I just realized that junk this month. So I had to like take a step away from that. So yeah, social media, even though I like it, it's addicting. It's a big part of, you know, what I do and how I get my stuff out there. The junk is a distraction to some extent. So I noticed that time, dude. Like, it comes at a certain age. I don't know what age you guys are now. So most of my viewers, I have this big misconception that most of my viewers are like 14 and up, and I got a whole bunch of virgin horny bastards. Just why, especially in my Twitch chat. That's been a big common 90% of my demographic is 18 and up. The freaking small 2% of suckers that maybe like 5 or 10 suckers that you just see around in my in my comment section or on Twitch, they let the few just completely, you know, take over all of the rest of my viewers, you know. But one thing that I really started to value more, and you only realize it at a certain age. So I don't know what age you guys are, but time. Like, I'm starting to and I don't want to sound old. Like, I hope I'm not sounding old. Jesus Christ, I'm scared of getting old, dude. I don't want to get a bald spot. I don't want to get a hair. At one point I had a bald spot. I mean, you can still kind of see it. Joe used to be way worse, bro. But, you know, time, dude. I'm starting to like realize, and I'm just talking to my aunts and uncles about this junk too. Time. I'm starting to realize how much of a luxury time is, bro. Because you see how and I was just saying, it feels like every year is going by faster. 2016 kind of was a blur. This year was kind of, I felt like I kind of had a good grasp of this year, so I don't really feel like it went like by like just like that. But it in a way, it seems like every year is just going by faster, and we're all getting older. And it's like, man, if you don't really like almost kind of plan out like what you're trying to do each day or for like the next 6 months or whatever, you can honestly lose yourself in how fast things are moving. And I'm just like, bruh, I'm starting to value time. I'm like, I remember all of my elders or uncles or aunts just like saying like, hey, like don't one day you gonna look up and you 30, 40, so I'm just like, man, I'm starting to. And I mean, I guess it's a good thing that I'm, starting to look at this junk now because I'm only 26 years old, which is still young, but you really at a certain age, and for some people it's different than others. I don't know if that has finally hit you guys yet. For some people it happens when they're like 18, 19, whatever. For me, it really started to happen this year when I turned 20. Well, actually when I was 25, but I'm really starting to realize how much of a luxury time is. So what I've been doing this year, and I need to be more effective with that next year, is I almost like every day I set a schedule for the things that I wanted to do. Because I'm one of those type of people to where if I don't feel like I'm getting nothing done that day, if I don't feel productive, I feel like a loser. Like I have to be working towards something each day. I have to be busy or I have to be productive each day. If I don't feel like I'm doing that, I literally get depressed each day. So what I've been doing this year is I've been, every day, and I have it on the notes on my glorious iPhone 4S, by the way. I set a schedule of things I want to do each day, and that's been helping me. That kind of got me right back on the right direction. Because again, like I really think I let a lot of, at least recently, I let a lot of the outside noise get in my head too much, and I really think that's why like I wasn't able to think clearly this year. So I've been trying to set up a schedule of things I want to do each day and stuff like that, and just stop letting the outside stuff hinder my production of what I'm trying to do. So yeah, I mean, I'm starting to value time, suckers, like Jesus Christ, stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy, man. Like 2016 was terrible for me. And 2017, like, a lot of those same challenges that I faced this year, it was easier to deal with because even after all that stuff I just said, I do feel like I'm stronger mentally, and that's huge. Like a lot of people that I talk to, like a lot of people hit me up this month. I remember one dude, I don't even remember this dude's name, but he knows who I'm talking about. This sucker sent me a message while he was in the hospital bed. Like this dude was literally I think he was in like an accident, or I don't know if it was a car accident or something. All I know is I get a Twitter DM, I open it, I see a sucker inside of the hospital bed. He got tubes running down his arms and stuff like that. Gave me this long message of how I changed his life and like how I like helped him through like the dark moments. And I'm just like, thug tears. It's just like, man, like I'm not a big YouTuber, I'm not a big Twitch streamer, but when you have people, that actually follow what you do, because there's a lot of people that got way more subscribers than me, way more views than me, but when you look at, their actual fan interaction compared to their view counters, like, these suckers, yeah, they subscribe, but they ain't really like rocking with this man like that. And it's the same for me. Like my subscriber to view ratio, like, it is going to be low for every creator out there. Like it is not going to match up. But when you have people that really mess with you and like really follow what you do, these suckers will let you know about that. And like, and it's just like crazy how like, what I do, could have some type of, it might be big or small, but some type of impact in someone's life and stuff like that. And I have multiple people either email me or hit me up on Twitter about that stuff. Like, yo, man, keep up. What are you doing? It really helps out a lot when I'm having like a hard time and stuff like that. So yeah, man, I am definitely, I finally, Jesus Christ, I finally feel like don't really have a clear idea, but I finally feel like I know what I want my channel to be. And at one point I knew that, but I kind of lost that after a while. So I really think next year for me, I'm not gonna say nothing, but I'm just confident in where I am now as a person outside of YouTube. So hopefully that can translate well over to when I'm actually just, starting to make new content and stuff like that, because this year I learned a lot, which was a good thing. A lot of this year for me, if I could sum up 2017 in one word for me, growth. I learned a lot. I learned a lot about myself and stuff like that, seeing what's going on around me and in society and stuff like that. Like I just, felt like I learned a lot. So for anybody out there, that had a bad year this year, or they just feel like they're not doing big things right now, and they don't feel like they're doing, and you guys might not feel like you're doing nothing with your life and stuff like that. Timing is everything, dude, and things might not happen when you want them to. I mean, I wanted to get my own place when I was 23. I'm now 26, but now we're all living it's literally like going back in the day. Now my other sister moved back in with us, so now we're all like living back together to help out my mom and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, things might not happen when you want it to, but maybe that just wasn't the time for you to, for like whatever you were trying for whatever you was trying to do happen. Timing, I really am starting to believe that timing is everything, and everything happens for a reason, and all that cliche BS that they throw out there. But I'm in a way, I'm actually glad that I didn't try to go out on my own too quick, because I don't want to be one of those people that try to move out on my own too quickly and I'm not prepared for it, because that's a big step, and then you really go. I mean, I'm paying my own bills now, but once you add that rent to that, and you ain't got nobody else to live for, like, that's a whole different story, So yeah, for whoever out there, and I was having a conversation just like this with one of my subscribers who is almost in the same situation that I am. They're trying to do their own thing. They ain't trying to work a 9-to-5 job, still living at home, and it's kind of frustrating, but at the same time, it's a good thing because, because they could save up and stuff like that. So I was having this same discussion with one of my viewers, so for whoever out there that's not, that they just feel like they're not doing big things, and you just feel like your life sucks right now and things are not happening for you, keep pushing, dude. And I know that junk sounds cliche as freak, because when people say that junk to me, I'm like, it's literally the first thing I do. Yeah, okay, keep pushing. So I know you get tired of hearing that junk. Keep pushing, keep grinding. It's going to happen one day and stuff like that. But seriously, like, as long as you enjoy what you're doing right now, you might not be at that point in life to where you want to be at, but as long as you're trying your best every day and putting in the amount of effort that you are, I guess, satisfied with, like, just keep pushing, dude. Keep on pushing. This game called life is not a sprint, it's a marathon. It don't matter, it doesn't matter how quick you get there. It just matters when you get there. Some people get there quicker than others. Some people, it takes them a little bit longer, but for the people that it takes longer for, I think they tend to appreciate the journey it took them to get there more than the people that got it quick, So yeah, man. I mean, that's really where I am right now. Like, I still do get on Twitter and YouTube and Facebook and stuff like that, but I try not to make it such a big part of my daily life, because that junk, it really does kind of, at least for me, it throws me off. And I just have, like, it's too much outside voices and noise in my head and stuff like that. So, yeah, man. That was my 2017. That was my 2017, man. You know, the good with the bad, like every year is. 2018 is gonna be the same thing. You're gonna have some good moments, we'll have some bad moments, bro. But that's life, you know. So, hope you guys are out there doing well and stuff like that. Again, always appreciate you guys continuing to check me out throughout the years. I'm trying to get back to, you know, just trying to get back to really, I mean, I still do YouTube for fun, but I'm really trying to get back to like that old me, to where I could just like, I just felt so much more free when I was on YouTube. Now I feel so much more free on Twitch, and I'm trying to get that same, I want to feel like that on both platforms, because lately I've been enjoying more so Twitch than YouTube, but I'm trying to get back to that next year. So we got a lot of games to look forward to next year. Dragon Ball FighterZ come out next month. Jesus Christ. If that junk is good, I plan on playing the freak out of that game. So we got a lot of games to look forward to next year, not just next month. Next year, if all these games don't get, and I know we say this junk all the time, oh my god, next year is gonna be amazing, and then next year comes, bam, sucker, delayed. But next year, it's looking good, man. So hope you guys had a good 2017. Leave your comments, please, of how this year was for you. I want long college essay paragraphs, and I promise you I will read every one. I just really want to reconnect with my YouTube viewers, man. So hope you guys had a good year. What are some of y'all goals for next year? I don't even say New Year's resolutions no more. That junk is just so like 1980, a new year, a new me. These suckers are gonna go to the gym. That first day of next year is gonna be so damn packed inside the gym. Maybe that first week, but after that, junk gonna be empty as freak. You know. So what are some of y'all goals that y'all have next year and stuff like that, all that? Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love you guys, man. I know as far as my YouTube viewers, you know, you guys might not feel like you're as connected to me as like you guys once were, and you know, it's kind of my fault, but at the same time, you know, kind of YouTube's fault as well, you know, just with the way this platform is currently, you know. So I'm gonna try to get back to that next year. But yeah, man, I love you guys. Appreciate you guys supporting me throughout all these years, man. And yeah, I will catch you guys in my next video. Keep y'all heads up, man. Continue to grind, man. The grind continues. Catch you guys in my next video, all right? Peace.